Those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Have you ever imagined what it feels like to soar like an eagle, to be an eagle, to be as God made you to be, to feel the wind and the power of the air pushing against you and holding you up without having to make it happen or even to understand how it happens? To do it because it is your nature and no one has to teach you. To fly not because you can, but because you must. What freedom there must be in that. And how long have human beings wanted to fly? Perhaps from the very first time Adam and Eve saw a bird climbing higher and higher on air currents, and then spreading its wings and gliding round and round, slowly and gently back to earth, moving effortlessly and gracefully close to the ground, from tree to tree, or even just as a dot in the sky. Who wouldn't want to do that? Because it's more than the view. We can achieve that by going up in a plane. We can climb in a glider, and we can mimic the flight of eagles. Perhaps the closest feeling would be to jump out of a plane and to parachute to earth. Just you and hopefully your parachute. We can soar like eagles, but we can never be eagles. That's not how God made us. In the 1990s, there was a television show called Northern Exposure. It was about a doctor from New York who was living and working in Alaska, kind of against his will, to pay off his school debts. And in one episode, his receptionist, Marilyn Whirlwind, tells this story about the eagle. The eagle wasn't always the eagle. The eagle, before he became the eagle, was Yucatangi, the talker. Yucatangi talked and talked. It talked so much it could only hear itself. Not the river, not the wind, not even the wolf. The raven came and said, "The wolf is hungry. If you stop talking, you'll hear him. The wind too. And when you hear the wind, you'll fly." So he stopped talking and became his nature, the eagle. The eagle soared, and its flight said everything it needed to say. The eagle started flying when it stopped talking and became its nature, how God meant it to be. When it stopped trying to do things its way and waited for the Lord. Isaiah reminds the people who are living in exile far from home that they may feel they have been abandoned by God. They even say, "My way is hidden from the Lord, and my right is disregarded by my God." But in fact, Isaiah reminds them, God is the one who sits so high above the circle of the earth that we look like grasshoppers, who has no equal even in the princes and rulers of the earth, who blows on their dreams and schemes and plans, and they are carried off like dust in the wind. This God is also the one who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and brings out the host of stars and numbers them. The all-powerful God who made everything, who made us, who sits so far above us, is the God who personally created and stays personally involved in creation, personally involved with us. God made us different from eagles because God needs us to be the creatures we were made to be. But God sends the eagles to teach us something about who God is and how we are to be in relationship with God. We come to know God through a lifelong process of searching for the right person to give us answers, and reading book after book to find truth. Years of exploring, seeking, reflecting, and reacting with God helps us to come to a place of knowing at least some of God's ways, even if we can't always express what we know in words, and we certainly can't know everything. Look at the eagle Isaiah points out. Stop all your striving. Simply stop. Go back to what you already know about God and look for what God is doing in the world. Be like the eagle, gliding with the wind of the Spirit under your wings. God's Spirit lifting you up, renewing your strength, carrying you as God has done in the past. You will feel young again, strong, and ready to face whatever. There is a still more excellent way, a way we remember if we stop and pause for a moment, a way we acknowledge and a way we celebrate as we gather around the communion table to share in the feast prepared for us. We don't even have to bring a dish to pass. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Isaiah asks twice in this passage, and these are rhetorical questions because, of course, we have known and we have heard. The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary, and his understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint and strengthens the powerless. Even youths will faint and be weary, and the young will fall exhausted. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. To God be the glory forever. Amen.